Oh my god, here it is! Woo! This is it. This is the finale. This is the final one. We are not going into part 2. Nope. This is actually it. I know, it's shocking. It's sad. It's tear-jerking. After so long, we're going into the end of the first game. The actual end. This is it. This is the finale. And then that's it for who knows how long. Up until the next time we reach the goal for... I don't know what the second game is called. I think the second game is Trials and Tribulations. I think. Or is it Justice for All? I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. Hold on. Does it say what the games are? Okay, the second one is Justice for All. My bad. And then 3 is Trials and Tribulations. Got it. Okay, cool. But for now, we're not worried about that. This is it. Get ready. One more time. One more go. One more outing. We are on Trial Former, which makes me think that this is going to be a 2-parter trial. One day we'll continue the love of Edward and Phoenix. Exactly. This love story isn't coming to a close just yet, but for now, this is the finale. This entire case right here has felt like its own game. Like, genuinely. This case could have been its own game alone, I think. I'm perfectly fine with it being a conclusion, a bonus episode. It works, but I really think you could have made it its own game for the DS, and it would have worked fine, I think. But I don't know. The doomed Yowie. Oh, they adore each other. Edward just doesn't want to admit it. Well, it's make it or break it time, baby. Last time we were playing this, I was right about almost every single little thing. There was one part I was wrong about, but then it circled back to me being right. Because I changed my mind on what I thought, which was a mistake, because what I thought the first time was correct. The chief of police is the one that did this. Now, the only question is, I don't know how deeply he's involved. We know he did the most recent crime. I don't know how he's involved with the original, but we know he did this one. And that's what I have to prove. Let me adjust my monitor real quick. There we go. 6-part finale stream. Well, this is it. This is the finale. This is the final day. How's it going? It's going okay. Today was a weird day. I was all over the place, so it's good to be here now. It's good to be here with everybody after the shit show that was my day. But, you know, it wasn't a bad one. It was just... it was bizarre. It was a bizarre adventure. And now we get to be an attorney. So, you know what? Let's do our job. Let's get into it. Rise from the Ashes. The finale. There he is. There's our 100 stream streak. We get to today's 2 celebrations. We get to finish the finale of this, and one of our most beloved chat members has hit 100 streams straight of watching. It's quite wild. Yeah, he's Thomas Pogging. It truly. And you know what? I appreciate it every single day. It's always nice. So 100, I had to, you know, do what I could. All right, everybody. He's taking over for me for the rest of the stream. I'm joking. If Twitch recognizes the hundo, you have to give it like 5 minutes, I think, and then it'll actually recognize it. I recognize it. I recognize it. Even if for some reason it were to reset it, I know you're at 100 today. So I'll finish up some extra stuff, but for now you got a little flair on your name now, so that's permanent. You earned it, big boy. Haru Urara is currently breakdancing in the water on my Tamagotchi Life Island. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's canon, true. Alright. This is the dedication to Green Grunt Dude episode, the grand finale. Here we go. February 25th, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. This is the defendant lobby, all right. But there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Ema, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Hello? I want my hope to come true. Edgeworth, you need to be the goat here. I don't care. I want you helping me. This is how I want it to end. I want it to end with him helping me. This is what I want. Please, let it happen. I know, Edgeworth, that you have your standards. You admitted it. Let it end. Come on, help me, buddy. Edgeworth. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 77's ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. No. The only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True. Not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright. And Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it! I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here. To hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, right? This is it. Green Grunt Dude with the 100 stream streak. Coda with the 10 stream streak. You were right. You two are basically neck and neck. Grunt is barely leading. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gaunt has on her, it's now. I know it's pronounced Gant, but I'm already mispronouncing everyone's names on purpose, so I might as well. February 25th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 9. Only a 3-month difference. I'll catch up next week, yeah. Sweet. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. He's gonna propose to me. I've been waiting years for this. Chief Gaunt, Morning, folks! I just phased out of existence and back in. I materialized like it was nothing. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Hey, Udgy, been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! What the fuck are you doing?
Objection!
You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But, Lana, I need to get paid. Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. The defendant was clearly coerced, Your Honor. She went swimming, and she got water in her ears. Therefore, she did not know what she's saying. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. I would call her unfit, true. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant...
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gaunt. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes? sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh? To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to contend. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gaunt? Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Let's go, Edgeworth. Sweet. It's finally happening. Exactly what I was hoping would happen is happening. They're teaming up, baby. This is it. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Skye. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. He sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Sometimes I feel like the judge is a mini-boss. Yeah, he's a mini-boss without even trying. He's just like, huh? Where am I? Mr. Wright? Where are you? I don't know where you're... Oh, there you are.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, Please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth. What does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You gotta admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I really like that neither of them are defense or prosecution at this point. Edgeworth and Phoenix are both just trying to, like, gang up on Gaunt. There is no sides to this anymore. It's everyone versus Gaunt. Okay, so let me review the evidence. We're gonna start with mainly the older evidence. A clear handprint can be seen on the leather cloth. The print belongs to Ema. Okay. Why a random cloth? 3 pages of evidence. Yeah, don't remind me. I have so much shit to look at. There's that drawing. Okay. Let's start backwards. That must have been a real shock. Even now when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly.
Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage.
When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie. But Lana sure does. I need to get Ema to tell me as much about this as she can. Okay, so I just need to start pressing everything. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes. She was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gaunt. My sister. She was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gaunt and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair. I remember nothing about the current case, but I remember that.
I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished work.
Okay. All of this sounds normal. All of this sounds like what she's previously told us.
So what I'm not understanding is what's out of place here. A man. Yes, a Spider-Man. Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye and Gaunt's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him.
Okay. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gaunt and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. I almost forgot about Gaunt. So did I actually completely forgot he was in there. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in.
I don't clearly remember what happened then. But
okay. Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out.
The lights?
It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right. But just then, lightning flashed again outside. And I was still unable to see because it blinded me. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman. The victim. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago.
Yeah. That's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw.
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. And I have that picture. It looks like shit. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning.
Objection!
But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's press her about it, but I have it, so. You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
Yeah, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes.
That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken?
But I did draw it. I swear. I'm not just imagining it.
This picture that Nima drew. That reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again. Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind. Can you please describe it to us?
No, I forgot. The man...
Okay.
Yeah, shut up. Objection!
Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold!
This is... Man, this is a dog shit drawing. But, I mean, this is the evidence list for the SL9 incident?
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
I lack object permanence. I don't know how to turn things around. Oh! What's this?
Judge, you're holding it the wrong fucking way. Yes. What is that? Hey! That's it! That's the picture I drew.
Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here.
Objection!
Why is he holding a marker?
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Uh-huh. These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two together fit together to form one. Together, these are the Epstein files. You can see the marks here, where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? This is why you didn't catch Epstein?
Order. Order! But, Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor?
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. Are you okay? Do you need me to call the hospital?
If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible.
Let's see. Edgeworth, we didn't say to eat the fucking list, Edgeworth. Get it out of your mouth now. Stop tasting the ink. Is something wrong?
Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. It tastes like shit. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. Oh my... What?!
That's... That thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room.
Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Oh my god, it's that blue dude, yep.
Okay. It was the Blue Badger. He committed the murder. Fuck! Gumshoe, run! You created a monster! Very well. Witness, will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Ema? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at that picture.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
You saw the Blue Badger? I'm telling you, it was the Blue Badger. The Blue Badger committed the crime. We got it. We solved it. Instantly. We figured it all out. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. The Blue Badger Kool-Aid manned his way into the room. Yup. Then he killed him with a piece of chalk, apparently. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the updated picture then. Wait, no, apparently the Blue Badger was God. And the Blue Badger was telling the murderer what to do from the heavens. You will kill that man, and you will kill him now. And then start playing the Blue Badger theme. Okay, well. That also looks like a teapot. Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. And Detective Goodman was placed in charge. Under the direction of Damon Gaunt and Lana Skye. 2 or 3 days later, the memory still should have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black?
Because the lightning struck, she could only see silhouettes.
What the fuck? You're asking stupid questions, Judge. Come on, use your brain.
So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No. I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright. I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor.
Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Ema. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed?
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No. I'm sorry.
Objection!
The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture?
Hold it!
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course! This is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives?
Objection!
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out. You may find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. So, I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet... the fucking blue badger's there. There's clearly a contradiction here. What the fuck is the contradiction? Why is the fucking blue badger there? Like, what the fuck?
Objection!
Okay, I thought he would have pointed out why the fuck is the blue badger there, but never mind. Okay.
Objection!
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew sucks fucking ass. Okay, I'm joking. I love you, Ema. Everything going well in the case? Kind of. You want to see who the real villain is? Take a look. We figured out who the villain of the crime is. We figured out who the real murderer is. She draws like a toddler, Your Honor. I can't make out shit. She drew the blue badger as God, apparently. We all hail the blue badger around here. I don't know why, but we do. Contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it like it was just yesterday. You think there's a clown? This is apparently supposed to be a badger. I don't know why they called him the blue badger. This is very clearly not a badger. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report.
Wouldn't it be him because he's not being stabbed in the back?
Take that!
I think it's, this part here.
I don't see what's so strange about that.
That's because the drawing stinks! Mr. Wright, how could you?
The act of making an innocent girl cry should warrant the death penalty.
I guess he means I shouldn't shift the blame to others.
Yes, well, so long as the defense has learned his lesson.
I'd better take another look at that autopsy report in this picture. What? That fucking back is turned. What? Okay, I'm sorry. What the fuck am I gonna? Oh my god. I'm really hungry and I don't know what to eat. You gotta make yourself more fries. Okay. Was it because I pointed at the hand? Is that the problem? What the fuck is, like... Pointing at his penis? You know what? You might be right. You know what? Maybe... She didn't draw his cock! Can you pull? No, I can't do anything right now. It doesn't even let me pause the game. I have to point out something, and I just don't know what I'm pointing out here. Would it be the fucking weapon? I doubt it. Did it say which shoulder? It went into his back. So, okay, now looking at this, it kind of, okay, maybe it's right, because the way he's angled, it would be stabbing him in the back. Yeah, I see it. I can see it. He'd be driving the knife into his back. But I don't know what the contradiction is. Could it really be the weapon? I don't get it. What's going on here? Did she just like splotch it or forget to color it? What's happening right here? That's the thing I'm not understanding. What the fuck is going on? I'm gonna try the weapon, fuck it. Maybe the weapon? The contradiction, of course, lies here. Is it because it doesn't have a broken tip? Take a look at the knife. Oh my god, is it gonna be because it doesn't have a broken tip? Are you gonna really get that specific? The drawing didn't have a broken tip, thus it was wrong. There's no way you're going to get this specific, right? If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. No, the fuck you can't! No, you can't! He is holding a fucking stick of glue! It's a drawing, Phoenix! It's not gonna be perfect! Oh my god.
Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright.
But, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. I don't know why, nothing here has a tip. Edgeworth, Phoenix, do you two have tips?
Witness, I don't think that's appropriate to be asking them. Shut the fuck up. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. What? What's the meaning of it? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. No. Okay, no. Okay, no. Yes, a weapon can break if you only stab them once. When they pull it out, that doesn't mean if it broke while it was in the body, the tip would still break off in the body. What? Wait, what is your point here? Wait, I'm sorry. What is the point you're making here, though? It still could have broken off in the body. Just because he got stabbed once. Oh my god. Okay. But if the weapon's tip broke inside, the damage wouldn't just be a single stab wound. Well, I mean, if it broke off inside, though, it wouldn't create a separate wound. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't have created a separate wound unless it, like, shot out the end of him like a ballistic knife, which would be pretty cool.
Objection!
We bullshit our way through it 90% of the time, true. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. But the tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. Oh no, oh fuck, I'm stupid. I see the point. No. I see the point. Okay. Because she drew it broken. Oh god, I'm stupid. Okay. Because she drew it broken, and that was before he was stabbed. That was right before he got... Okay. I see what she means. I know what the murder weapon is. The murder weapon isn't the switchblade. It's the fucking edge of the statue. It's the knife on the statue because it's broken. I got it. I see. Okay, I get it. Okay, I got it. Never mind. It makes sense. It was me not realizing. Got it. Okay.
Objection!
That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly, because she shells by the seashore. Right, what the fuck are you saying? But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection!
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? I unlocked the ballistic knife in Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Right, what the fuck does that have to do with any of this? I just wanted to brag. Depending on how hard it was stabbed, chest stab wound. In process stabbing, you stab the sternum or thicker part of the rib. While stabbing, you move it around as much as possible to make it lethal as possible. Maybe it can move the broken piece if we go this route. Maybe, but then I caught my mistake. That would work if I didn't catch my own mistake. About a little something called falsified evidence. You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is you're fucking stupid. Is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged in fire. You can't deny the possibility. Ugh. Order! Phoenix, did you get the gold camo for the ballistic knife? Please, I need to know. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. Also, I like the fact that me and chat are perfectly in sync because the same time they mentioned golden ballistic knife, I mentioned golden ballistic knife. Cinema. Scorsese level writing. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gunn. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. Yeah, but okay, here's the other discrepancy. How the fuck did Dark have his knife? What did he do, like Fortnite emote in front of them? It stunned them, he went to the evidence room, grabbed the fucking knife, and ran up to the room? No. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife.
Yes, there is. Let me show it to the court.
What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's? Could there have been one? There is another one, Your Honor. If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright? In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Okay, but I don't have the... Okay, this is where it's gonna fuck me up. I don't have the actual, like, knife part itself. I only have the statue. That is the issue, so I'm just gonna bring up the crap. I'm just gonna bring that up. If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright. But may I remind you that the fate of Miss Lana Skye hangs in the balance? Sorry, Your Honor. Please give me another chance. Okay, my bad. Fuck me then. Okay, yeah, let me save. We're already down to 2. This is not going well. Let me save real quick. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to show him in the picture. The answer lies in the past. We must time travel 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the awards ceremony. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. Order, order, order.
Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
Objection!
But that can't be. Oh? And why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would have been reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh! No. There is one more person it could have been. It was fucking Damon. Because he would have had access to the statue too, right? But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait! I remember now. I remember everything.
Witness?
Mr. Edgeworth?
What is it?
Could you show me your evidence list again? Please?
His list? The one with the Epstein file? I mean, the picture scribbled on the back?
I knew it. The fucking Blue Badger did it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it.
What?
You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture.
Oh my god, why is it playing the music?
All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me.
Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Skye?
Yes, Your Honor. Where's the knife mix-up and now the Blue Badger? This should be interesting. Blue Badger in the trauma ball. Yeah. We don't talk about the Blue Badger. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash of lightning. That's when I saw Blue Badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Fucking Blue Badger, I knew it! This bastard!
This is certainly most unusual.
Objection!
Try impossible!
The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him. The chief of detectives what the fuck? The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him. Edgeworth, it's designed, not design, design. Until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Yes, well, the defense may now be...
Stop! Please, don't pursue this any further.
Lana? What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair.
But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. The Badger's the murderer. It's too late to turn back. Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. That hadn't already has the past tense, as in did not had, so you can't say hadn't designed. It's maybe the right way. I don't... No, it still would have had to be hadn't designed. When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark. Yes, at least I think it was him. I didn't pay much attention to English class, especially grammar. Real and true. Grammar is something that kind of like, it's always something I catch. And so when it's localizations, I'm always like, what the fuck? Uma's horrible with it. Uma is atrocious with it. You think. All I could really see were shadows. I still see your shadows in my room. Ema, shut up. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you rush toward both of them. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help that other person. What do you mean, you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. And what I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Sky was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next? Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. Are you sure about this? Of course. See? I even drew a picture of him on here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother.
Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? Okay, so he was on the windowsill. He's like a vigilante like Batman. His shadow. So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
Objection!
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
Objection!
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really...
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god, it's gonna be the vase, isn't it? It's gonna be the vase! If you put a lid on a vase, usually a lid is gonna have that little top part, right? And then that vase has handles on it. If you put a lid on a vase, it's gonna look like the fucking blue badger. Oh my god.
What was it that Ema saw when the light... It's the vase. It's the fucking vase. Oh my god. When the light... Okay, but that means it had a lid. We don't have the lid, though. That's gonna be kind of hard to prove. The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Ema drew this picture. Yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on the fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looks similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright. In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious blue badger look like. It's the vase. Yeah, because look. Okay. If you were... Those little things are the horns. If you were to put a lid, it would make it... Am I wrong? No, I have to be right. This is right.
Take that!
The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar, a vase. Well, yeah, I guess it could be a jar. You're not wrong. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? What? Our viewpoint? I'm gonna show them the correct angle to look at.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
It can't be this, right? This is fucking stupid. But I doubt it'd be laying down because it'd be rolling all over. What the fuck? Think about the parts? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, this kinda looks the most like it, but the top part is missing. May I say it? Yeah, go ahead. I feel like this is right? You just partially... No. Would it not be this? Because it's gotta kind of be sticking out. Maybe those things are not just handles. I also have a hint if you want one. Go ahead, because I think I've seen it properly twice, but I don't want to get it wrong and they'd be like, right, you're a fucking idiot. Kill yourself. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't have a whole lot of life left to go around here. I think this is right because the blood would have had to hit it, correct? I'll be the last hint. Okay, yeah, 3 hints. Wait. No, that doesn't look right because, okay, because, I don't know. Remember the drawing. The drawing didn't have anything broken. Yeah, that's what's throwing me off. Yeah, it looks like it's a broken off piece, but the drawing didn't have anything broken. But then, wait, no, but then it would have broken off in the fight, yeah? Because remember, this got blood on it, so it would have broken off. That makes sense. She saw it before it was broken, but it did get broken eventually. So then, wait, so then, would it be like this? Well, is this a miracle or what? No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger. No. It can't be! Okay, thank God I got it. Okay. Okay. Because I was thinking of the blood splatter. It was the blood spatter that was getting to me. I was like, it had to have been in a position where the blood spatter would have gotten on it still. Order. Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Objection!
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything.
Objection!
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed? Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? Allow me to take these in turn. Show the badge? Yeah, true. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gaunt.
Objection!
But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Objection!
Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gaunt's office.
Objection!
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body? From Damon Gaunt's office to Lana Sky... It's the same fucking office, dude. Just say their side. Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. No reason mentioned. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? Finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. My bad. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been magic. The impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and other pals, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. Oh my fucking god, wait, is that actually coming back into play? Remember I was bullshitting the other day saying that the suit of armor had a really sharp blade that they were putting into focus? Is that actually coming into play? No shot. I completely disregarded it. I thought I was just coming off like some bullshit. Doesn't look like a sword, it looks like a dagger. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No. Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course. The perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this. Oh my god, just man up. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Ema Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall, you mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Ema? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that. Coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out what Ema did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edward, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. It's the cloth. I have a cloth with her fingerprints on it, though. But... Oh my god. Oh, the cloth is from his vest. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Fuck. Yeah, the cloth is from his vest. Yeah. Uh-huh. Shit. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I gotta think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that victim may have left behind. It's in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Hold on, let me save real quick. We've been quite a while without a save, and I need to do that just in case, because we only have 2 hits. Mr. Wright! Will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Ima of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. This is the message from the deceased. Right. Now then, this is the message from the... Oh, what the fuck? Am I wrong? Oh, written. Okay, he literally means written. Oh, okay. He literally means fucking written. I didn't think he literally meant written. I thought you just meant in general, not just straight up actually fucking written. Really? I thought that was right. You were wrong? Yeah, no, we both thought the same thing. Everyone else is clowning on me. I thought it was right. I thought that was the message. The fuck? That was a nice joke on their end. Yeah, that was. This is that blue badger from before, right? Remember when I first got it, I said it looked like a letter? I thought it was like a V or something. What is his name? Okay. Okay, it's not what I thought then. Oh? Is he going to just speak the killer's name? You stupid fuck! Calm down, calm down. If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there was a line here, drawn in blood. Oh my god, the letter A did it! So, what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. Grab your marker, we're playing connect the dots. And the victim's message will become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, can I connect the dots? What kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. How to connect these dots to make... Oh my fucking god, I am playing connect the dots. There's only one thing the victim could have written given the circumstances. This murderer's name. Am I not allowed to build a bridge like it's Poly Bridge? I thought this one would connect because it looks kind of weird without it, but... AMA, ask me anything true. Yeah, I can't connect the E. I already tried. You can't connect it. That's what I tried earlier. It's impossible. That's why I just started goofing off. There we go. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this.
Ema. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people. She may not have meant it, but in the end the one who took the victim's life was Ema Sky. Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gaunt. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
Objection!
But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. Shut the fuck up, Phoenix. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. Yo, anyone got a hot dog around here? I'm getting kind of hungry. Order, 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 order! Cowell's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Bro, the prosecutors are like, what battlefield? True. They are. They're in a battlefield. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Okay, trial ladder. I don't get what this means, then. Fuck. We're just digging ourselves a deeper hole. Oh my god. Okay, let me think. We did nothing to help our case. I thought we were gonna gain an upper hand on Damon there. We gained fucking nothing. If anything, we gave him the upper hand. Edgeworth is now getting the schlong. Holy shit. Journey to the truth is filled with obstacles. Yeah, we're playing American Ninja Warrior, but with evidence. Okay. February 25th, 12:06. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. I don't know, there's one thing you did. You gave the motives for him to blackmail Lon. Oh, you're right!
Okay, no. You know what? You have a point, because Phoenix was wondering how he was able to get the upper hand. That's how, and that's why. He had the evidence in there. So hold on. Hi, Edgeworth. He was holding on to this, and he was holding on to the piece of the jar, because that was what he had over her. Now we let that go. He lost his bargaining chip. Edgeworth, let's fuck him. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. No, why do you guys look like you're about to kill me? Uh-oh. Edgeworth, where'd you get that gun? Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again.
Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, you asked me to give you this if there was a break in today's trial.
Evidence law. Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Could at least study some evidence law. Really? And number 2, you do not let the prosecutor go to sleep without a kiss goodnight.
The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
A message?
She said, if you're planning to take him on, use protection. You're going to need this book also. I don't know, maybe there's protection in there. I don't know, you guys are freaky.
Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Let's see. 3 pages. 3 full pages of evidence. Sweet. And the Blue Badger's gonna be the one to crack the case, I promise. Okay. Rules for submitting evidence. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. What? How is that going to be useful? Is fucking Gaunt gonna say, "This pistol was found up Phoenix's ass crack and I pulled it out. Please use this to say that he did all the murders. I don't care if they weren't shot. I'm saying it." And then I hit this book and I'm like, as you can tell, he pulled evidence out that did not get approved by the police department. And I promise you, I did not have a gun up my ass. That was a lie.
Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence.
That's where you're wrong, detective.
Huh?
Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me?
Mr. Edgeworth.
The real trial today hasn't begun yet.
What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Yuma Sky found out she unwillingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want to do more? What, are you and Phoenix gonna go at it in the middle of the courtroom? If so, I'm not watching this. I don't want to see that.
The book contains fun facts about the prosecutor's department. Yeah. It's 99% of the book. The other 1% is the copyright.
You gotta be kidding me, pal.
You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
And we're going to expose him by pulling his pants down, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. I always like the pained expression when Edgeworth is like shy or something, because he's holding his arm like a schoolgirl.
Phoenix? You don't have to do this for me, Phoenix. You know, this is my problem and my problem alone. You don't have to be helping me like this, Phoenix.
Nah, Edgeworth. I do this 'cause I love you. Nothing else. Nothing else in this whole world matters to me but you, Edgy.
February 25th, Fall 52. District Court, Courtroom Number 9. No, it's sadder. He might have picked that habit out of Von Karma. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
Yes, well... Normally, this is where the prosecution calls for the witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have,
Struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses.
I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and...
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
A solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal.
Then it's settled. The, defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance? If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls... The time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. Damon Gaunt. The defense calls Damon Gaunt to the stand.
Damon Gaunt? What does he have to do with anything?
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gaunt has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gaunt to the stand. What the fuck am I doing here, Edgy?
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch.
Your name and occupation, sir.
Fuck you, Edgeworth. I wanted to eat my lunch, and now you're pissing me off. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation.
So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gaunt. Fine. My name is Damon Gaunt. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gaunt, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor, huh, you stupid bitch? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh? Like what?
Like the role you played in all of this.
Well, I usually play top lane, but sometimes I play mid. I like playing Darius, but sometimes they ban Darius and...
Mr. Gaunt, shut up. We're not talking about League of Legends.
Son, either you're very brave, or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal?
Weapons?
Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I was at home playing Master Yi at the time. I like hitting cute...
Shut the fuck up, Mr. Gaunt. Speak about the case.
I don't want to give it. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks.
Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. I was gooning! As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
Police chief has the right to refuse to testify. And I'd better hit him hard and fast. He didn't really seem like he had anything I could pull out, though. So let me let it cook a little bit. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day.
Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that.
Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room?
I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it.
So the two of you ran immediately after him, right?
That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky!
What's this about a power outage?
Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart though. Stupid ass, I'm still alive and he's dead.
That's not funny. Could you tell us what you saw?
It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together.
Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor?
Yes! Apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Lana and Ima.
Lana was cradling Ima in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done.
How can you know that?
Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved.
So that means you found the body near Lana's desk.
That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway,
So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office?
that's exactly what I'm saying, dipshit. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances.
Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, stare into my eyes lovingly. You'd better be off staring at the court record.
Worthy. Always the smooth talker.
But which piece of evidence ties Gaunt to the forgery? Wait, yeah, that's a good one. Lana did admit to forging evidence. But that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I gotta link Gaunt to the incident.
Objection!
If you really had nothing to do with the forgery, then how do you explain this?
What's that? And what's that on it? A handprint?
Chief Gaunt, your explanation, please.
I don't know. You tell me, son.
Huh?
My dear Righto, don't you know the second rule of evidence law?
Not this again. Evidence law.
Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Tell me, how is that rag relevant to this case? Trial, whatever, fuck you, Wright. It appears the defense was not prepared.
Yes, I am. Guess it's too early to use this piece of evidence.
Please accept my profound apologies, Chief. Would you mind giving the defense another chance? Well, okay. I'll do it just this once, but only because you asked, Udgy. Thank you. I assure you the defense is terribly sorry. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Sorry I didn't nail you.
Really?
You know, this is... Okay, why didn't Phoenix just explain it? It is relevant to the case. Why didn't he explain why it's relevant? You know what, never mind.
Objection!
You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example.
That's the blue badger you showed us earlier.
It's a fucking jar. Calm down, Judge. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gaunt, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation.
Chief Gaunt, what's the meaning of this? Oh. Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in this forgery.
Who, me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto?
Objection!
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured Dick will receive his due punishment.
What? Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence...
I'm just trying to pin the blame. Yeah.
The Detective Gumshoe did it, I don't know what to tell you. Please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office. And their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together and get 5. Swear to God, idiots. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment? And a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Yes, it would actually, and you've told us before, so I know. I just don't know how to prove it.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Oh.
Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Edgy. In return, though... I know. That place, right?
Huh? What are these guys? Telepathic? They're lovers. Okay, so... The judge likes to go with Gant to get spanked, yeah. How can you look at me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent? Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see?
Really, Chief Gaunt? At the very least, there's one very large benefit you've reaped from all this.
Oh? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police.
Oh.
The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! Too early? Oh, I'm sorry. That's a good one.
Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely spread up the inevitable a little.
We're not even in July yet. No, but in game, this is February, and he has Alzheimer's, so he forgot. Is this true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway.
Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one fingered.
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas, yeah.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and Irene. Wait, who the fuck is Irene? Ah, whatever. There, it's out in the open now. I'm a selfish bitch. I'm a diva. Gee, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little bit? I'm feeling saucy. By all means, please do.
Nothing in it for you.
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. His first name is yours, his last name is Truly. Don't look him up. That girl? Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh. Oh, wait, no, it's not Christmas, I forgot. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Yes, control of the prosecutor's office. Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? True, you might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand, right?
That's not what I mean.
Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gaunt might have helped forge evidence?
Take that!
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye? The defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in light of circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gaunt, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gaunt.
But how would he profit from all of this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, He would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that, despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppet?
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind.
Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive, to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana? She's keeping quiet to protect Ima. But she doesn't have to anymore. There's no way she'd testify against Gaunt.
I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Unless... that is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? Which one would that be?
Of course, I'm talking about... the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just, what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gaunt is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.
What? Udge, you don't believe them. They're gay lovers. That doesn't matter. So are we. Who are you gonna believe? Your lover or these lovers? Order, order, order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible.
Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edwards said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Yeah! Yeah, Edgeworth! That's fucking huge! Yeah! Okay. God, I fucking love it when he's actually locking in. Looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gaunt is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gaunt to the murder of Detective Goodman.
Well, there's a lot of it, but the one that I'm thinking of is the ID card record. Right?
Take that!
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7 sevens.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that that's my card number.
It's your number.
What? How do you know that?
The safe in Chief Gaunt's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean...
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7 sevens. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gaunt, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Yeah, clench your fucking fist. We got you now. Uh-huh, come on. Come on, give me that face. Come on, uh-huh. You look like you're jerking the air. Stupid bitch.
Order. Order. Chief Gaunt, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations.
And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card.
Chief Gaunt, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. What about it? I'm the chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, I can take a shit in either one that I want, and I will be fucking free. You understand me? What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want, shit anywhere I want, piss anywhere I want, and goon anywhere I want, and you can't stop me. None of you.
Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone?
I always go to the bathroom alone. As do I with the evidence room.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
Objection!
You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gaunt? I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gaunt met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us the proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gaunt on the day of the crime.
Would it be the memo?
Take that!
No,
There's gotta be something more solid than this. On that day, Detective Goodman had to go see Chief Gaunt.
Sorry to interrupt your mumblings, but the court is waiting.
Okay, so it's not that.
Why don't you come meet with me tomorrow? Perhaps we could write up your letter of termination?
Regardless, you did see Detective Goodman that day.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us the proof that the victim went to meet the chief
And that they kissed or something. What the fuck? Hold on.
Okay, there was a roach, like, next to me, so I hurried up and I tried to get it. That piece of shit fucking did some acrobats and disappeared. What was that? What the fuck?
Okay, whatever. We're gonna get back to the case. I don't know where it went. I had it. What the fuck was that? Okay, anyways. So we need some hard proof, and I thought the memo would have been good enough proof as it was. Apparently it's not. That means I'm missing something. Oh, it can only be submitted to the chief.
Take that!
Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. I was thinking this, but I thought we already brought that up before. That's why I didn't think of bringing it up again. But then again, we brought up the memo before, so... Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police.
Yet you are in possession of the report. Which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh.
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gaunt. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. You're gonna be jump scared by a roach later? Yeah.
I accompanied him?
There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Exactly, Joseph Joestar.
But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort.
Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No! What the fuck? He got electrocuted!
Chief Gaunt, you didn't.
The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there?
I was at the police department the entire day, you know.
And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gaunt, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was just a useless clue just taking up space.
How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
To move the victim's body, Chief Gaunt used this, my attorney's badge. I don't know this. I'm genuinely taking a guess. I'm taking a shot in the dark. So the only reason I assumed it is because he said useless piece of evidence, and the only piece of evidence we have not even gotten close to using is this. What the fuck? What did he do with it? This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here?
It's here because... I was asked to go. By Chief Gaunt, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office.
But you did, because Chief Gaunt asked you to. You mean The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. What?
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief? Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye.
He hotwired the car, I think. That's what's making sense now.
Yeah, but Edgeworth's the one that drove it.
Order. What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gaunt, please, say something.
I believe your time's up.
My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special.
Objection!
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? This is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Objection!
So you're going to just run away after all this?
Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well,
You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gaunt is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gaunt murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body?
Do I have any concrete proof? I don't. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence.
See, Aji? In that case...
Lana, you need to interrupt. You need to interject.
This court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief.
What?
Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Edgy, I'll leave the rest to you. I I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency.
What?
Objection!
Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. Lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gaunt has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth. We can't just stop now. It's Larry Butts, Your Honor. The defense calls forth Detective Gumshoe.
The defendant? Miss Lana Skye?
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task? To dispose of the victim's body. What if you called in Bruce Goodman? Yeah. I call in the corpse. In accordance with a certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in
Hold on.
Huh? Chief Gaunt, I thought you were going to eat.
Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet. I'm gonna go play Meat and Fuck Kingdom at the cafe.
Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess.
God, really? Oh my god. This case is making me sweat. Yeah, think of what it's doing to me, man. Hey, hey, hey. Bro was kneeling across the door and fucking ear to the door. He was like, I wonder if they're talking about me. How can you just do that without the judge calling contempt? Yeah, I know, it's stupid. He just started tampering with the trial, but...
Oh, he's the chief of police. He can do whatever he wants.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah. Thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
That chief. He's something else, eh, pals?
Detective Gumshoe.
I'm not a detective anymore. They took me out back and shot me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office.
My office?
Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with.
Alright, Gumshoe, put on the outfit. What do you mean? Maya?
Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gon's done it again. How is he always gets the upper hand?
It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. No one's above the law. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said.
But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Risks? What did he mean by that? Pregnancy?
It's simple. If the Chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Oh, I didn't think it was you. Ema, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
So she heard everything that's been going on.
Ema, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. I think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all for the nookie. So you can take that cookie and Ema, stop. I let you listen to Limp Bizkit too much. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? Follow Chief Gaunt's orders.
She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything that the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. We live in a society, pal.
Chief Gaunt may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. Maybe. I remember now, possibly. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. Actually, I'm not sure, but fuck it, whatever.
I see. Why so serious, pal? You want to know how I got these scars, pal?
I'll shut up.
Oh, well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act.
Ema, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there.
When Lana tells the truth... let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. To be continued. More? We have more? Really? Oh my god! We have a whole other section left? No way, right? That was the fucking trial ladder. Is it gonna be like trial final? Is it gonna be trial finale? Is that it? Is that what it's gonna be called? Trial ladder 2. Okay.
Hey, you wanna know how I got these scars, pal?
February 21st, 2:21 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. You've never said that about anyone else, Judge. I have an objection to that. You have literally never said that about any of the other witnesses we've had up on the stand. Of course. The truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gaunt. Everything hinges on your testimony. It's the only chance we have to get Gaunt. Gaunt in the fabrication. I worked alongside Gaunt for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dart convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But, Lana!
If this is true, then that means Chief Gaunt has nothing to do with this.
What's with her obsession of showing her back and her side profile? She wants everyone to see that she's very fit. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. What if she's telling the truth? She's not. She's not. Oh, thank you, Emma. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah. This is no time to start second-guessing myself.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
She's training for a mugshot. True. She might be. She's trying to get the pose down. She wants to look like fabulous. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Gotta get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Okay, I have the proof. I think I know what proof I need, but I need to press her. I need to get the squeeze on her. That way she gives up a little bit of information. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see. I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years.
Detective Gaunt and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gaunt was a respectable detective. That's why I shot him in the balls. But think about it, Miss Sky. Think, Miss Sky. Think. What will you have after 500 lies? You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. Phoenix, you need to have a recorder with you. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I licked the knife clean. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana.
So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago?
You say you did this all by yourself. Yes.
Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What?
But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. I have proof against that.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
If that is so,
What happened to the other murder weapon?
Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes.
You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim, and then you moved the body? Why? Why would you do that?
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gaunt's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body.
Pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan.
Hold it!
Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body.
So, when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone.
Objection!
Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threaten my plan." That's right.
Do you have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. It wasn't broken. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Ah. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar.
Order, order!
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are.
About the truth towards which we're headed.
What?
Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Okay.
There were 2 jars, okay? I made it up, fuck you.
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in the blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Yeah, press that right. Come on. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in this situation? Lana. I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene? Yes. I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. Emma's bag is probably filled with many things that could easily give someone cancer. It's filled with an actual, like, rod of plutonium, uranium. This, after we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office.
More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. Need a quick light. Fucking pulls out the demon core. Yeah, pulls out the demon core and closes it. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. I haven't. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Where? So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case.
Shut the fuck up. But not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces?
Normally I would have. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case.
Lana, you'd do that for me?
It seems you two might make up yet. It was dark, and she literally just said she had a light. I know. That's the contradiction I'm finding, too. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry.
I was.
I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. But then if I press her again... Okay, I can't press that. That's weird. I don't get it. What's the contradiction? The only contradiction we have, I can't press her on. Like, what the fuck? For like 10 more minutes, then dip again for an hour. Yeah, another nap. None of this makes sense. I don't know. We have a contradiction, but we can't use it, so I'm at a loss. I don't know. We have a contradiction, but I can't use that contradiction, so then what is it? What's the thing? Want a tip? Yeah, sure, you know what? I'll take a tip. Don't take that out of context. I'll take a hint, is what I mean. You're on the right statement. I think the only thing I could think of is presenting this, then.
Objection!
Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gaunt's safe. Yeah, okay. I completely threw that out the window because I used that statement earlier. I fucking forgot that was okay. I didn't think I could use it again. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified,
Judge, she's lying.
that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gaunt got there before you.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
Objection!
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. Because I'm an ace attorney, get it?
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Huh. Can you believe that?
Shut the fuck up, Judge.
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying that this person was Chief Gunn. At the time, he was looking for Dart downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the...
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No! Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
Damon Gaunt arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence.
But why would Chief Gunn do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emo killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gaunt's aid. Lending her aid, Gaunt helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Ema. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet. Oh, she just fucking bit her finger off. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Ema. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
Shut the fuck up! Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gaunt's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Says the woman who forged evidence I know. And the judge was filling the witness stand breakdown, yeah.
It wasn't me, I promise. I didn't search up Super Creek Rule 34. It wasn't me.
That's not what we're on trial here for, Judge. It wasn't me. Lana may be right after all. What do you mean, right?
So, you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will.
Says that with a straight face, with the guy who made the updated autopsy report.
This is the updated Fuck You Phoenix Wright report.
Who's an electrician? They have to save Green Grunt Dude before his power goes out.
I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
All right. The witness may testify once more, for the final time.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gaunt help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword?
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere.
Hey, there's a picture here.
Oh my. Is this the actual crime scene? No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be? The lock we found inside Chief Gaunt's safe. What's this?
Okay, it's this.
This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, Mara.
That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints... They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. You kept your streak? Hell yeah. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall...
Come now, Aji. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief gone. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense.
Objection!
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Yeah! Holy shit! Fuck yeah! Damn! Girl. Oh.
Ah. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you. But I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
I show that piece of evidence now. He was sure to be made out as the murderer.
Mr. Wright, do you have any more evidence presented now? And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? I have no choice. I'm gonna have to show the evidence.